2 years ago, I did a video here on YouTube talking about Agbowa, Imota, and Ikorodu generally. Then sometime last year, I did a video here on YouTube talking about the Epe, Lagos side of Epe versus the Ogun State side of Epe. So I'm doing an update video. This will also be a screen record where I'll be showing the different maps of the different towns in Epe, different map of the different towns in Ikorodu too, as well as showing the Lagos side of Ikorodu and Lagos side of Epe. And that's because there have been a new updates in the real estate market in the past 4-5 months, and I want to update my viewers about these new towns and these new villages that have come into the limelight. In case you are coming across a video like this for the first time, this is Meet the Property Guy Property channel, and this was discuss everything real estate for first-time investors, avid investors, real estate enthusiasts, real estate researchers, people who are interested about Nigeria, Africa, Lagos, the real estate market here, the real estate opportunities here. This is your go-to channel because we discuss everything here: the good, the bad, the ugly, the risk, the return, the locations, the jargons, everything you need to know, everything you should be aware of about buying and investing in real estate. So after going through this video, I also suggest you go through any of our playlists on land titles, on CFO, playlist on Epe, playlist on shortlet. You are definitely going to learn a lot because there's so much information that we share here that you are not going to find anywhere else. All right, so Epe and Ikorodu, the Lagos side and the Ogun State side of Epe and Ikorodu, and the real estate opportunities around these villages and around these communities.
You are welcome to another episode at Meet the Property Guy. In a while, I've done a screen record, a couple of new estates and new location have come up to the map now in Epe and Ikorodu, and I feel it's high time I also introduce some of these locations also to my investors as well as to my audience also. Alright, so we'll be starting with Epe, and if you have been following my channel for a while, even if you have not been to Epe in person by now, you should be familiar with a couple of places. This is the popular Epe Bridge, which is just after Alaro City, and a couple of those shots have been done here. This is a popular T junction in Epe where we have the fish. So from the T junction, we have the left hand side going to Ikorodu, and then the right hand side going to the Ayetoro market, and then the Ijebu, the expressway. Alright, so there are a couple of towns already in the map I can see here. This is Odomola. This is actually Irai, not Iwai, so it's supposed to be Ag. So I feel this will be updated as the map of Epe takes shape. So this is Irai. So we also have Irai. Okay, we have Itamaru around this side. We have Itamaru also, and then around this side also we have the Ijebu, the expressway down to Eredo, Nobija, Odoragushi, and down to the Epe toll gate. The Epe toll gate is somewhere around here, just in between the Lagos side and on the side of Epe, and then Majoda is somewhere around there too. So some of you have been buying properties around some of these places already as we speak. So this Poka here, this Temu here. So from the Epe junction here, where we have the fish, we are going to be taking left towards Temu, the Epe resorts, Ontario, and then also we have this junction here. This is where we have the Lagos State Emergency Center, and Okeosho. Yeah, this is the road to Okeosho, and then finally this is the road going to Ikorodu. Along this road is where we have Isimi, Duki Africa, Food and Logistics Hub, down to Ketu-Epe and the likes. Alright, so I'm more interested in talking about the Epe border towns this time around. I've done a video talking about the Epe border towns before, but I feel like I should update this video this time around and talk about the Epe border towns again, because there are some new locations now that developers are moving to, opportunities are moving to, and the market is also moving too. I predicted this around 2 years ago when I started telling people that the Lagos side of Epe at some point is going to get sold out, and people will start moving towards the Ogun State side of Epe, and that's already happening. And not just Ogun State side of Epe only, Ogun State side of Ikorodu too, because Epe and Ikorodu both shares a border. So everything after this dotted mark here, it's Ogun State. So this Ogun State, everything below this dotted mark, that's Lagos. So this Imota here, you can see that Imota also has a part towards Ogun State too. Agbowa, the same thing. This Agbowa here also has a part towards Ogun State too. ECU also have a part towards Ogun State too. The same thing down to Ogijo, and most of this part of Ogun State that they share border with is under Sagamu local government area. All right, so as I mentioned earlier, a couple of changes is already happening around these border areas as we speak. As of last year, nothing was really happening around the border side of Imota, but right now, the Legacy Phase 1, Legacy Phase 2, Green Oak has gone there, Zulaik has gone there, and a lot of companies have also gone there to launch a lot of properties, which are the Ogun State side of Imota. And I feel I'm sensing that's going to be a beginning. So a lot of those properties around Legacy Phase 1, Phase 2, and all those stuff are all around this Ogun State side. So sensing that this is just going to be a beginning, and I feel a lot of new estates and new properties are also going to start getting launched across the entire border, across this entire border of Ikorodu, either the border of Isiu or the border of Agbowa, the border of Imota, the border of Udongunyo, the border of Ogijo, and the likes. All right. Now, at the Epe side, also, we've been having a lot of properties along the Ogun side too. A lot of noise is now being made around Omu Ijebu. Most of these parts are also like the Ogun State side. You can see these dots is the boundary. Anything after these dots at the north here is Ogun State, at the south here is Lagos. So there are a lot of properties around this side too. Now, interestingly, also people are now moving to this place also, which is Ilado. Properties are also coming up around that side too. A year ago, 2 years ago, nobody will even want to position in Ilado at all. But now that's not the case again. Although Omu is better because this road from Omu down to Ketu-Epe here is currently under construction by Dangote. But predicting also very soon also the Itoikin towards all the sides to Ilado, Imodi, back to Ijebu also at some point will also get that attention, and that road will also go be um, rehabilitated. So this is the Benin Shagamu Expressway here. This is Tai University, and this is Jabode here. You can see that a lot of these properties is just a straight way down to Jabode anyway. So a lot of these properties that is Ijebu, Epe, whatever, they are all majorly in Ijebu, and are majorly Ogun State or mostly Ogun State. So somewhere around this axis now, a lot of opportunities are coming up here, and I predicted this like a year ago, and to the couple of people, if they can position there, they should position there. You can see this Ishiwa here, but the Ishiwa is not around the Omu side, and it's not around the Itoikin side. The Ishiwa is around the Epe Ijebu, the express side. So that's where we have Ijebu, Ishiwa, Odolewu, Iloti, Odolagaye, Odoagboju. Yeah, Odoagboju is very close to Lagos, very close. Immediately after the Epe toll gates, Odoagboju is almost like the first village you are going to get to. So all this place also, but again, I think I've said this before. I don't know if I've done that, but let me say it again. In Ogun State, majorly, the major highways in Ogun State, 1.5 kilometers from the road, both sides is always a global acquisition. So the same thing applies for this Epe Ijebu Expressway. So most of these properties facing the Epe Ijebu Expressway, 1.5 kilometer by the right, 1.5 kilometer by the left, which is like 3 kilometer in total. They are global acquisition. So they are non-committed acquisitions. So it's not like maybe the government are committed to a particular purpose, although some part of that general acquisition, the Ogun State have committed to an industrial scheme. But there are a lot of parts there along the acquisition that they are not committed to anything yet, but it's still a global acquisition. So if you are buying any property along this Epe Ijebu Expressway under Ogun State, just know that you are going to do ratification. It's definite. So I get this request most times. People tell you, I want so acres, I want also plot, but I want it facing the road. It's fine. You can buy it, but just know that whatever that you are paying the real estate company or the family or whoever you are buying it from is just peanuts compared to what you are going to pay the government to get title on that land. All right. So not just only Epe Ijebu Expressway, the same thing for Sagamu, Gijo, some part of even these Ogun State boundaries that place some global acquisition there, Shagamu, Ogijo acquisition, particularly a lot of part of Shagamu, there are a lot of acquisition there, particularly the part that is very close to Lagos. So not just only the side close to the road, but there are also some parts inward also that the government also have a global acquisition there too. So so coming back to Ketu now, the Omu side, like I said, around this Omu now, a lot of properties are springing up here. A lot of people are now willing to move here because this road down to this junction, from this junction exactly downwards to the Ketu-Epe here, is being constructed right now as we speak by Dangote, and it's rigid pavement. I think 3 lane by each side, rigid pavement, which is very, very impressive. So a lot of factories, a lot of farms have been along this road for years, but now they are going to get a lot of attention. A lot of villages have acres, hundreds of acres along this place that are going to get attention too. So this Itoikin Road too, surprisingly for me, this Itoikin Road too, despite the bad state of the road, a lot of properties are also like positioning there now, and a lot of communities are also like putting up their properties there. Just like you see that this Itoikin Road leads back to Itoikin here, coming back to Lagos, and as well as link this road also that went back to Omu and went back to Ketu-Epe too. So a lot of companies are like you see properties Ijebu Epe or Ijebu Toki Road. Most of those properties are around this side. They're around this side anyway. So going back to the Ikorodu side to I think maybe 3 years ago I did a video talking about Agbowa, Imota, and I was predicting that as developers are buying properties in Ketu, they are buying properties in Molajoye, they are buying properties in this Molajoye here, they are buying properties in Okeosho, in Poka. I predicted that they are going to follow this road, going to follow this road like that and move towards Ikorodu also. And that's already happening right now. So around Agbowa, there are not just the Lagos side of Agbowa now, this is Agbowa here. Around Agbowa, there are a lot of property companies already going to the Ogun State side of Agbowa, and Imota Blue around February. The Ogun State side of Imota also here. 3 years ago, 4 years ago, we tell a lot of people to buy 10 acres, 5 acres, 20 acres around the Ogun State side of Imota. They'll tell you, that place is bush, does not have potential, but a lot of them are buying 3.5, 5.4, 6 million per acre now from a lot of properties now because it's now on Instagram. A lot of our investors really don't go in early on the location because it does not trend. You really need to buy a lot of these locations even before it trends, and that's what I do. I can always predict the market, look at the movement, look at the trend, and predict what's likely going to happen in the next couple of months or couple of years. So after Imota here around Ogun State, a lot of noise is there now, and again I'm still predicting it's not going to end in Imota, and developers are still going to follow this stretch. They're still going to follow this stretch towards every single village and every single town along that route. Either it's Shalabo, is Shiu, is Maya, is Adamo, everything towards the Ogun State side of that part. Developers are moving towards that direction. It's just that the Ogun State government have not really been impressive and encouraging. Most of these parts, the parts that falls towards Lagos State governments are doing infrastructure. I was in this issue recently today, and Lagos State is constructing a particular road here. And that's one thing I've learned about this Ikorodu, particularly around this Itoikin road. Most of the villages around the right hand side of this road that leads to the lagoon, the Lagos State government pays attention to it, that pays attention to infrastructure there. So they do some of these roads. So you see who the side that goes to the lagoon, Maya, the side that goes to the lagoon, Adamo, the side that goes to the lagoon, these are Foye here, Imota, the side that goes to the lagoon. You see the government building the roads. This road, this Imota, Gbeigbe, back to Itamaga. The Lagos government is currently constructing this road as you speak. They are currently constructing it as we speak. So most of these towns and villages that leads back to the lagoon, Lagos government are actually building the road and doing infrastructure. But most of this side that leads to Ogun State, they have not really touched it yet. Maybe because those places are border towns and they are not their main focus. But most of this side, the right hand side that leads to the lagoon, you always see the Lagos State government presence there. And for investors, that's also a very, very key point for you and a very, very important tip so that you know if you are positioning the place that you are going to be positioning. Last year, I was lucky enough to position in Agbowa, position in the CU. Last year, I was lucky enough to go in very early. So now most of those properties are definitely going to be much more expensive, but I'm considering to if I can still try and position around this between the Imota to Beigbe. I'm eyeing something there, but I'm just more interested in cash flow properties right now. That's why I'm not really interested in buying land around these axes yet. So the right hand side, anything around this right hand side, I believe I prefer it because the Lagos State presence is felt more there, particularly in terms of infrastructure. But for developers really don't care about infrastructure that much. Developers just want to invest in something that can sell. They can sell fast. That is pretty much affordable. So, like I said, they are going to be following these border towns from Imota to Agbowa to Shalabo to Isiu. Even I won't be surprised if very soon also around the border towns of Ogijo, you can see this Lagos side, Ogijo falls 100% under Ogun State. So I won't be surprised also if developers start moving to Ogijo also very soon. It's Ogun State, and they can still get vast land there to also sell too. So these are what's happening around the um, border towns, the Ogun State side, the Lagos side of Epe and Ikorodu. And if you are smart enough, you can follow my advice, you can follow my guide, you can definitely benefit from a lot of the movements that is happening around the site. I have said it before that Ijebu generally is the next Moe, basically. Just like all the transformation that happened around Moe before say, and then now Moe is now 10 million, say is like 10 million, Magbo is like 10, 15 million for land. This is also still going to happen around all these axes too. 100%. I can beat my chest to that. So even I was seeing a brief recently about this Ijebu Italy. I was seeing a brief recently about this Ijebu Italy. So this is to tell you that people are already positioning and buying as much as they can here. So some of the family here they have some land. I saw the brief. So Ijebu Italy, everything around these axes the next 3 4 years, that's where that's where you'll be seeing properties to buy because everything around where particularly the Lagos side will be finished, exhausted, basically. All right, so if you have questions to ask, you can drop your comments. My comment section is always open. I always respond to my comments. And this Okinla here, this Imego, this Tomaba, you know, Lush, Kievon, uh, Keshab, all of them have properties around this side. I was very, very shocked when I saw a property in Tomaba at 4 million. I was like, seriously, this is Iloti here? Like, seriously, Tomaba, man. So These are places where we're selling 500k, 550k a plot, and you are still going to see land here around 900k anyway. So you see that all these places that are pretty close to Lagos. This Lagos under this dotted line, this Ogun State here. Everything under this dotted line is Lagos, and you can see okay and that over here. So it's still pretty much very close, and you can position there. Just have it, leave it, forget it, basically. So I can see that also Lagos and Ogun State also share boundary along all these riverside to uh, some side around this place is where the okay, not this side, it's the other side anyway. So there's some Ogun State side here, there's some Lagos side here. So this is also another direction I feel like at some point developers also be looking at all these Itasi and by all these villages here. At some point developers are also going to move to this side too. They're also going to move to this side. So I've not gone to this side yet. I've not gone to anything around this. And you can see this side is pretty close to Lagos, just sharing border with Irai, sharing border with Irai. Some part are also sharing border with Ebola around this side too. So just that most of these things here are going to be wetland, and developers may not really want to touch wetland yet. But I feel at some point too there are going to be opportunities for investors around this side. So this is what we do really. We always look at the trend and look at what's likely going to change here, what's likely going to happen next. And that's why people that follow me, they can always be way ahead of the game and be way ahead of whatever that is happening right now. If you want to buy farmland, if you want to buy properties to farm, leave the Lagos side of Epe. I've said this before in the video, I'll say it again. Come tomorrow, come next year, I'll still say it again. Leave the Lagos side of Epe. Leave the Lagos side of Epe. I know a lot of you guys want to set up your farm very close to the Lagos market, but the truth is, farm is farm. You really don't have to be close to Lagos for your farm, you know, because it's not like it's a place that you are going to be there 24/7. If you are going to be there 24/7, build a farmhouse there. I'm following a lot of different farmers on Facebook, on YouTube, and some of them have their farm in Ondo, some of them have their farm in Plateau, some of them have their farm in Oyo, and they are doing very well. We are in this age of social media. People will come to you, come and order your product from wherever that your product is. You really don't have to be physically present again to one particular city, you know. But it is what it is anyway. So if you have questions, you can drop your comments, and I'm looking forward to that. My WhatsApp number is always on the screen too, and you can let us know also what you need our assistance with, and I'll see how I can assist. And that's it. All right. So thanks for watching our video, and see you next time.